Hi guys, today I'm going to give you a full body workout that you guys can do at home or at the gym. No equipment at all is necessary, just your own body weight. Okay, so it's going to be a warm-up, a full workout, and then we're going to do a core finisher at the end. So for the first part, for our warm-up, all you really need is a stopwatch, and then you're going to want to write down your workout so that you don't have to stop, take a break, and you know what is coming right after another. So first one, we're going to have our hands up here just resting. You're going to spread those feet out about hip width apart. Okay, we're going to do a squat, but when you do that, I want you to put your hips back. I don't want you to push your knees forward. Okay, I want to make sure my knees also aren't coming in. They're staying right in line with my toes. So hands are going to be here. I'm going to sit those hips back just like I'm sitting in a chair. As I come up, I'm just going to do a little rotation. So twist, come back down. Then I'm going to twist the other side. So I'm warming up that core, letting my body just go right with it. Don't force anything. So squat down, keep those hips back. My hands are just floating here, and I'm just going to twist at the top. Just like this, okay? So we're going to be moving for 30 seconds. So for 30 seconds, I'm squatting at the top, rotate, squat, bring those hips forward, and then I'm twisting from my torso here, okay? So after I do my 30 seconds, I'm going to get 10 seconds, little break just to switch to my next exercise. That is going to be an inchworm, okay? So I'm going to start standing, and I'll show you from the side a little bit. I'm going to use my hands to walk out. So I'm also going to get a little stretch here in my hamstrings. So I want to keep, if I can, I know flexibility is a challenge for some people. If you need to have a tiny bend in your knees, that's okay. Okay, but we're going to start standing. If I can, keep my legs straight. Walk out, high plank, walk back in with my hands. See how my legs are still straight, and then I stand all the way to the top. Okay, so this is going to be an inchworm. So for 30 seconds, I don't have to go fast, but I'm going to keep moving. Walk those hands out. Maintain that position, walk out as far as I can, and then walk back in, stand up nice and tall. Walk those hands out, walk your hands back in, stand up nice and tall. After that, we're going to come down on your hands and your knees. We're going to do bird dogs. Okay, so I don't want my back to arch a lot. I want to keep my ribs tucked in, core nice and tight. I'm going to look down the whole time. I'm going to raise opposite arm, opposite leg. So I'm going to kick that leg back, just like I'm kicking a hole in the wall right behind me. I can lead with my thumb up. Again, I'm looking down. I'm going to hold that a second or two, come back down. Then I'm going to do other arm, other leg. So I'm kicking back, and I'm raising up here. Again, I don't want to have like a huge arch here. I want core nice and tight. I don't have to raise super high. I just want to be in control. Come back down. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Make sure you stabilize, so if you're starting to fall over, don't just drop down. You're going to hold it that extra second or two. Make sure everything is nice and stiff. Come back down and switch. Again, we're moving for 30 seconds, and then with those 10 seconds in between, we're switching to our next exercise. So after that, we're going to stand back up, and for our fourth exercise of our warm-up, we're going to do jumping jacks. So I'm hopping my feet out, arms overhead. So for some reason that bothers your knees, ankles, anything like that, you can step and reach for 30 seconds, just like this. So this is how I would modify it. Okay, but if we can, let's get those heart rates up because we are warming up, and we're going to do our jumping jacks. So we go through that. That's 4 exercises, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, okay? You're doing that 3 times, so that's 1 full set. So we started with our squat with our hands up here, our prisoner's squat. Make sure those feet are about hip width apart. Stand up, rotate from that core. Squat down, stand up, twist. Squat, stand up. So for my 30 seconds, I'm doing my squat and rotating. After that, I'm doing my inchworm. So start standing, walk out to that high plank, or even a little bit further if we can, keeping that core nice and tight. Walk those hands back in, stand up. So inchworm for 30 seconds. After that, we're on our hands and our knees. Just like this, core nice and tight, so ribs are tucked down. Opposite arm, opposite leg for our bird dogs. 30 seconds, we are moving. Then for the last part is our jumping jacks. Okay, so 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Make sure you have your timer. And right away, you're going to do 3 sets back to back to back. If you need a tiny little break before you restart, from the top, you can do so. You can grab a drink if you need to. And then we're gonna start our workout. So after you did your 3 sets of warm up, then we'll go into our workout. So to start our workout, first exercise is gonna be a lunge. When you lunge, we're gonna do a reverse lunge. So we're gonna step back behind ourselves. This is the best way to make sure we're doing our exercise with proper form. So I'm gonna step back a little bit further than you think. If you step too shallow, you're gonna be uncomfortable. So I'm gonna step back a little bit further than I think I should because I need room to drop down. I'm gonna let my back knee drop down. I wanna have good posture here. Be mindful not to be leaning forward. And then I'm gonna come back together. I'll step back with my other leg. So step back. You can always readjust your foot if you need to. Let that back knee bend, good posture, come back together. So each one counts. Now I'm gonna do 12 of every exercise for my workout portion. So step back, good posture, step back for that lunge, come back together. Step back, let that back knee bend. One thing when you lunge, if you step too shallow, your knee will have nowhere to go. Whenever you lunge, sit back, always be able to see those front toes, then come back together. You do not want to lunge and push your knee forward, then your knee will start to bother you. So step back, lunge, come back together. So we're going to do 12 lunges. After that, we're going to come down on the ground and we're going to do 12 push-ups. So if you guys can't do any push-ups at all, or you can just do a few, we're going to try for our regular push-ups, but if we need to modify and go on our knees, that's perfectly fine. So if we can, our hands are going to be underneath our shoulders. Okay, we want our elbows in line. We don't want them fighting each other. Keep our shoulders safe. Down, up, down, up. If I need to come on my knees, that's fine. Just have those hips down. Okay, you don't want your hips up in the air. I want my head above my hands, my hips nice and low if I have to go on my knees, all the way down, all the way up. Make sure you're getting the most out of the full motion. I'm up on my toes, down, up. Okay, so we're gonna do 12 push-ups. After that, you're gonna go on your back. We're gonna be laying here with our legs bent and my feet are on the mat. My toes are straight forward. My feet are about hip width apart. I'm gonna do a little crunch so that I tuck my ribs down. I'm gonna lift my hips up from my butt and my hamstrings. And when I lift my hips up to the highest position where I'm locked out, I'm gonna bring one knee to my chest, keeping my hips up, other knee to my chest, then I can come down. So that's one. So hips up for that bridge. Make sure we get up as high as we can, squeezing our glutes and our hamstrings. Keep our hips at this level, one knee, other knee, come back down. So hips up for that bridge, one knee, other knee, come back down. So remember, every time I come up and I march, one leg, other leg, maintain that position, that's one. So we're gonna do 12 of those. Last part, last exercise in our workout, we're gonna do opposite arm, opposite leg, but Supermans. So this is good to tighten up that whole backside. One main thing, you always wanna be looking down the whole time. You don't need to look up. That's how you're gonna strain your neck. So I'm looking down, my head's nice and relaxed. I can rotate so my thumb turns up so it's more comfortable for my shoulder if I want to. But I'm gonna also keep my legs straight and lift up as well. So I'm tightening up my whole backside. I'll come back down, other side. So opposite arm, opposite leg, Supermans. Just like this. So 1, 2, 3. Again, we're gonna do 12 of those. So we're gonna alternate. So we have our lunge, stepping back. So our alternating reverse lunge, again, let that back knee bend, good posture. So this would be 2. We're gonna go for 12 of those. Then we're gonna do 12 push-ups. So again, make sure those hands are in a comfortable spot underneath those shoulders, down, up, or we'll modify, go on our knees if we need to. Then for the third exercise, we're doing our bridge, so our legs are bent. Lift those hips up, one knee to your chest, other knee to your chest, then come back down. Again, we are doing 12 of those. And last one is going to be our opposite arm, opposite leg, Supermans. Again, remember, make sure to look down, keep your neck nice and safe. So you're doing 12 of each exercises. However, you can choose kind of how much you're going to end up doing. So I can do one set of that. If I don't work out at all, that's perfectly fine. You can do 3 sets, or you can do 5. Okay, so you can do between 1 to 5 sets. See how you feel. Again, if you don't work out regularly, maybe you want to start with 1, and that's a lot. But if 1 to 2 feels easy, again, you can progressively move yourself up for intensity-wise. So, in between each set, you can rest maybe a minute, 2 minutes. You don't want to go too long. Let yourself kind of calm down a little bit, maybe grab a drink, and then go when you're ready to go. Okay? Now we're going to do a core finisher. So it's similar to how we did our setup for our warm-up. It's going to be 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So you're going to have 4 exercises. I'll show you those. So we're going to be on our back. You're going to have both arms, both legs up. Okay, we're going to do alternating dead bugs. So I want my lower back nice and flat on the ground. Okay, I can have 2 fists so I'm nice and stiff. And I'm going to drop opposite arm, opposite leg. So it's not relaxing at all on the ground. I'm punching forward, I'm kicking forward. My core is nice and tight. Then I'm going to come back up to the center. So then I'll go other side. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So if you guys need to regress this, if you feel like that's too much, maybe I try just a leg. Okay, but if we're good with that, once we get comfortable, I want opposite arm, hold for a second or 2, and then opposite arm, opposite leg, other side, hold for a second or 2, come up. So we're moving for 30 seconds. Nice, slow, and controlled. You do not have to go fast. After that, you're going to be sitting on your hips, okay? If we're going to regress it, we can have our hands down behind us. You're going to go legs out, knees to your chest. Legs out, knees to your chest. If that feels easy to you, we do not need to use hands at all. So I would just be sitting on my hips, and my hands can just be floating here. Legs out, knees to your chest. Make sure you're breathing the whole time, but we're moving for that 30 seconds. So after my alternating dead bugs, I got a 10-second break, and then I'm going to switch to my V crunch. After that, we're going to actually stay on your back. We're going to start totally laying flat. My hands are overhead, and I'm going to sit up. I'm going to bring my leg to me, and I'm going to touch opposite hand, opposite foot. Come back, opposite hand, opposite foot, other side. So I can bring my foot as close to me as I want to, or I can sit up to touch that foot. I'm still going to get that crunch. All the way back. Exhale as you go to sit up. So each time I'm totally relaxing, I'm extending my whole body, and then I'm coming up. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Okay? Last thing we're going to do is going to be high plank. I'm going to be high plank, so my arms are extended here. I'm going to bring my knee across my body as if I want to touch that far side elbow, so as close as you can get to it, keeping your core nice and tight. Again, my hands are right underneath my shoulder. Bring it all the way across, just like this. So again, for that 30 seconds, I am working. So for our core, again, 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. We're going to do our alternating dead bugs. So on your back, opposite arm, opposite leg drops down. Then you're going to do your V crunch. So sitting on those hips, you can have your hands down or no hands. Then we are going to do opposite hand, opposite foot. So laying on your back, reaching, opposite hand, opposite foot. And then the last one is high plank. You're bringing that knee across your body. Okay, so mountain climbers, just making that X pattern right across your body. So for your warm-up and your finisher, we try to keep it pretty simple to follow. 30 seconds on. You can do 10 or 15 seconds as your rest. So however long you feel you kind of need a second to recover, that's fine. And you're going to do that for 3 sets. And then your workout, today's workout, we're going to do 12 reps of each exercise. So of all 4 exercises, and that you can range and gauge by your fitness level. If one seems like a lot, that's fine to cap it at that, or you can do 3 sets, call that a good workout. Or if you're a little bit more conditioned, you can do 5 sets. Again, 12 reps of each exercise. So I hope you guys like. There will be more videos coming out with some equipment, but today is a full body weight workout for you guys.